Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking about why the rush is never worth it. This is something I've had to learn the hard way, the long way. I definitely used to be someone that was go, 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 hustle, hustle all of the time. And this is for women wanting to enter their soft life, but also maybe if you're like, that's not really for me, I'm such a go-getter and I'm ambitious. In this video, I would really like to convince you that the rush isn't worth it always. And that's why I'm filming this on a rest day. So, for starters, number one is obviously training purposes. And I want to cover this first because this is gym girl advice. And this is definitely the first lesson I had in why rushing is never, ever worth it. If you don't know me, I used to be on a Division 1 track and cross country team. And what I learned very quickly was that the most successful women on the team in college, it was the women who were actually resting. In high school, all the girls could kind of get away with it, overtraining, being undernourished some of the time. It just didn't really seem like a big deal. Like rest days were not talked about that often. And in college, that became so much more important. That was when the training load increased. That was when the races got more intense. That was when there were outside factors like living on your own for the first time, staying up late studying, balancing being on the road, which also isn't super common in high school. I traveled as a high school track athlete, but that's not very common. I just kept getting injured over and over and over again. And I kept getting into this cycle where I would overtrain and get injured and be sidelined all the time. But then it was a rush to get back into fitness, back into feeling my best. So what ended up happening was year after year, season after season, I was constantly like this. And what I also found was that this actually started happening in my professional life after college too, where I was hustling, or starting a new project, getting burnt out, and then finally feeling the motivation to get started again, and then going all out and not resting at all. The same thing happened when I started lifting last year, where I was doing glute days, all of that, getting so excited, but not really seeing results. And then I saw, wait, instead of lifting 4 or 5 days a week, limit it to 2 or 3 really tough sessions a week. And that combined with sleeping 9 hours a night and fueling properly made my results happen so much faster. Your body needs to rest. Your body needs to rejuvenate. Your body needs to feel that it will have that recovery time and it will trust you that you're going to give it that recovery time to actually either perform or improve or see gains. It's just the way it is. Recovery and rest is so important. And how the rush fits into this is that you should never rush a training cycle. Enjoy every single day of that training cycle for what it is, including the rest days. Don't be sad about the rest days. Embrace the rest days. Fuel properly. Maybe you drink a lot more water that day. If you have a more controlling personality and you're like, well, I have to do something, like, or else I'll be behind, take an extra nap, maybe gently stretch out, do an easy yoga class. You can still move your body and do something, but definitely prioritize something else in the training. Maybe you cook a new recipe. Maybe you meal prep that day. Like, there are other ways to support yourself during the rest days, and your body will love you back so much more. All right, next is your hormonal health. So, I recently, as in the last 2 years, decided that I was going to prioritize my hormones. And for women, that includes cycle syncing and it includes rest. And it also includes not rushing. Your hormones do have a big impact on your mood and how you feel, and also how you rush and move throughout the day, and your cortisol levels will definitely impact your hormones. I noticed that when I started to rest more and not rush quite as often, or do that bath every single night, or go to sleep early if I could and stay on a good sleep schedule, my skin cleared up so quickly. My skin used to be a hot mess. In my 20s, my skin, it was not a fun time. It was not a fun time for me. But that's because I was so stressed out. There were so many factors as to why, and I know that I will never get back into that place. I just know it because I now know how important my hormone health is to my overall glow and my overall well-being. Rushing definitely does not help hormonal health. It can create all sorts of imbalances, and that is why embracing rest and preventing that rushing mentality, even if you're taking a rest day, like even if you are not going to the gym that day, but you have a very, very stressful day at work, really think about how that's a rest day. Because if your mind is running wild and your body is in fight or fight all day, that's not exactly a rest day. And your hormones will suffer over the long run. Your muscles might feel okay for training the next day, but your hormonal system and all the things, they're just going to be out of whack. And you're going to see it. And you're going to see it either in the fact that you're not getting results as fast as you wanted. Maybe your body composition just isn't changing, but you have a very stressful job, a very stressful life, and you're also not taking the time to do self-care. It's just like over the long run, this is going to make you look haggard and tired. The most vibrant women, I swear, are the most hormonally balanced, feel good. They're very relaxed. They're very good energy. This makes such a big difference. Which brings me into my last point, which is your energy and all of the reasons that rushing isn't worth it. This is where I really fold in that feminine, soft girl lifestyle that is trending so big right now. And I'm so thankful that it is, because I really think that my life and my training got much easier when I started to energetically soften. Really everything. I mean, my whole mindset shifted from like a hustle mentality to a attract and magnetize mentality, and I cannot explain how quickly my life changed with that. Choosing quality habits over rushing a training cycle will always win. It's the more boring way, it's maybe less exciting, and this is okay. Your body could also be addicted to the cycle of excitement and dopamine or stress. Back to the hormonal conversation, our bodies can get very addicted to stress, especially if that's how you're used to performing. So if you're used to saying things like, I always perform better the night before a deadline, or when procrastinating, or I just do better under stress, consider why that is, and consider that sort of addictive behavior. You might even want to look at your relationship to yourself and your body, and maybe your relationship to others. If you're constantly feeling like you're yo-yo dieting or you're yo-yo exercising, maybe you are financially splurging a ton, or maybe you're chasing relationships that are extremely toxic, or you're causing fights. There's many different ways this addiction to stress can show up in our lives, and obviously has to do with a lot of things: self-esteem, attachment styles, all the things behind it. But consider what that means for your entire life. And once you decide to break the cycle of rushing and stressing and just be calm and consistent, I promise you, you will do so much better. Like, you will feel so much better. You'll see better results. You'll also have better relationships. So I encourage you to look at your own lifestyle, your own patterns, because this is how we learn, is by looking at our own patterns and then making some changes. Your training, your hormones, and your energy will thank you for it. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.